Backstage here at Southside Wrestling, Nothing to Lose 2017. I'm joined by the real American himself, towering over me. This guy's massive in real life, Jack Swagger. Jack, thank you very much for joining us here at Southside.
I appreciate it. I may be massive, but I can't pull off that bow tie.
But not many people can pull off it. And look at the shoes. Look at them bad boys.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean?
You should quit.
I think I've peaked, haven't I?
Yeah.
That wasn't what he meant when I said I should quit. First and foremost, how was your experience here at Southside?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Southside Wrestling was one of the first promotions that over and over again I had people telling me about, hey, you need to go wrestle there, you need to go to that place and see what they're about. And it lived beyond the expectations. It was awesome. I don't know how many people we had with it.
It was over 1,000.
It was over 1,000.
Yeah.
It was so loud. We were fighting up the bleachers. It was a lot of fun, and it just goes to prove that UK wrestling is
hot, isn't it?
It's some of the best wrestling on the planet.
And one of them young men, Dan Maloney, that you wrestled tonight, how was that for you? For he's what, 20 years old?
Yeah, it's amazing. A little young punk. Makes me sick. Get some age, Dan. Be grizzled. No, I'm kidding. It was a good match. I enjoyed working with him. I can't believe he's only 20. He seems like he has an old soul when it comes to the business and his understanding for it. He hits like a little girl. Yeah, I said it, like a teeny tiny little girl. But other than that, he might have a bright future for himself.
Well, we hope so. Also, what about the fans? What about the Southside fans? How were their reaction for you?
Oh, God, it was horrible. They didn't even make a sound. It was like crickets when I came out. I'm kidding. The Southside fans were amazing. UK fans in general have been amazing. And I've said it over and over again. We the people is no longer just an American thing. It's something about the people, and you see that when you go to whatever country that I'm in, and they stand up and say it. It's no longer really mine. It's the people's. They've taken it, and I think it's very popular over here in the UK, and I love it. Makes everything easier.
Makes everyone happy as well.
I'm honored to be a part of it, you know.
So, on to you. Why get into professional wrestling first? So what is it about pro wrestling you thought, that's what I'm going to do now?
Well, me, I didn't have a choice. I'm a seventh gen now. I didn't have a choice. I started wrestling when I was 5 years old. I caught the bug early. I got the poly ear. My two cousins, they were like 15 years older than me, but they were amazing high school and collegiate wrestlers, and so I just idolized them as my big brother. So that's kind of how it got me the wrestling bug. And then growing up in Oklahoma, there's not a whole lot to do there, so you might want to pick a sport. And the town that I grew up in is very famous for wrestling, so I got lucky for that and grew up in a great program. And ever since then, any type of wrestling I can get, you know, I love. And so it just made sense because there's not that much money in amateur wrestling, even if you go to the Olympics and training and whatnot. So it made sense to do the jump to pro wrestling at the time. And then nowadays, it almost makes sense to go from pro wrestling to MMA. You know, it makes sense as that too.
Yeah, a lot of MMA fighters do have that wrestling background. There's a massive benefit to it. Is it something you'd consider doing?
Absolutely. This day and age, I think it'd be foolish to just ignore the opportunity, but at the same time be honest with yourself because they're killers in there.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
You better be ready. You better be ready to train too.
We could see the next step in the evolution of Jack Swagger.
You don't know Jack. That's not the finish. We're going to keep going.
How did you find...
Okay, make that the finish.
Yeah, make that the finish.
Great transition.
It was, actually, to be fair.
How did I find?
How did you find the jump from amateur wrestling into professional wrestling? Did you find it difficult to transition between the two? Because they're two completely different worlds.
In-ring stuff, I found it very easy.
Yeah.
I found the technique very similar. And it's one of those things where if you just work hard at it and do it over and over again, you'll learn and pay attention, of course. For me, being a real athlete and coming over to sports entertainment, the hardest part was the entertainment part, being that character, that larger than life. You know, not always worried about being the tough guy, but also being, you know, someone that someone wants to watch on television type deal. And it takes a while to really kind of grasp that, not only grasp it, but like make it your own. So that was always my toughest part.
I've been lucky enough to interview Kurt Angle, of course, and he said the hardest thing for him was showing weakness. Would you agree with that as a statement, to show that element of weakness and show that you've been hurt?
I guess I'm not Kurt Angle because that's pretty easy for me. I'm like, ow, ow.
No issue at all.
No, I get what he's saying because, like, you know, from that world, it's all mind games. You know, you show weakness and you give the opponent an advantage.
Yes.
Here, it's not the case, so I can understand that.
Final question then, as a man who's achieved what a lot of people here in the UK would love to achieve in their
Am I a
career.
man?
You are. I can confirm Jack Swagger's a man, I've just seen it. But in all seriousness, what advice would you give? Because there's a lot of guys here in the UK that the WWE are looking at and signing. What advice would you give them from your perspective to all those guys?
Two things. Like, if you're going to be a pro wrestler, love it.
Yep.
You eat it, love it. And it's one of those things where it'll eat you up if you don't. Like, you find out who, you know, loves it and who doesn't. It doesn't mean that you had to watch every match from the 80s growing up, because I wasn't like that. I wasn't the biggest fan as a kid. But now, like, I appreciate the sport, and, you know, I watch old stuff. And you gotta, you know, be able to see yourself in there, and then see, you know, you gotta feel like you want to be out there. You gotta have that inside you. So if you don't have that, it may be a pipe dream. Second, as far as going to the WWE, be very smart with your money. That's going to be your power. That's going to be your leverage. So when they come time to renegotiate, you can tell them, no, that's not good enough. I'm worth more, and you saved your money. So it's one of those businesses you want to go there because it's the top.
That's where the money is, yeah.
But you want to go to get out.
It's great advice, great advice. Jack Swagger, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here at Southside.
No problem.
An absolute pleasure.
You got a little sweat right there, but
I think it might be cake.
even better, even better.